Hello, hello. Thank you, Day, for paying your taxes, and congrats on getting first. Thank you so much. Alright, I think... Oh. Let me get this started as well. Yes, microphone is indeed in use. Cool. Alright. Guess who's back? Hello, silly little cloud. How are you doing today? Cloudy? Oh, do you prefer to be called Cloudy, by the way? Or what would you prefer to be called? And also, if you feel comfortable, drop your pronouns in the chat as well. You're so nervous for this session, LMAO. Honestly, I feel that. It's all good. No worries. Just getting the last of my stuff set up, I realized I should like make space on my desk real quick. Because I just knocked stuff off my desk. Perfect. Okay. And throw this down here. Alright. Let me do a quick little sound check. Be right back. Oh, interesting. So the mic, I wonder if it has to do with how it's sitting. It did this yesterday where at first, so I did a practice recording to get the microphone set up, and it sounded weird at first, and then I don't even know what I did. Let me maybe just slightly. Is that any better? Alright, let me try this real quick. Just a second, go to... I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if that was much better, but it's okay. We're gonna... just make sure... those are good. Alright, I think that's probably about as good as it's gonna get. Okay. Let me go ahead and switch over here. Hello, everyone. Yeah, it's also at a weird angle. I don't know if that has something to do with it. I'm not sure. But let's hope it stays fine. Let me catch up on the chat. Oh my goodness. Sorry. It did the same thing yesterday. That's why I'm trying to... I don't even know exactly what I did unless I like reset the filters on OBS, since I had unplugged it and then plugged it back in. I don't know if I wanted to reset them every time. That'll be a little bit annoying, but honestly, this mic is so much better than the other one, so... or at least... it's more consistent and less background noise. Less robotic. Okay, Universal Session. Oh, okay, Jade. Either Jade works too. Awesome. Any label, nice. Hell yeah. You're doing something you've never done as a DM before today? Oh, that... okay. Fun. Exciting. Okay, you finished the sketch. You need Discord user so I can send it to you and Day. Okay. Yes, there is the Discord. Oh, thank you for the hydro check. Oh my goodness, yep. Let's go. All right, I'll save a little bit for later. Day, I did do a like official hydro check after you left, by the way, last night. I did hydrate, don't worry. I refilled my water. All right, thank you for the hydrate. That way we don't dehydrate today. Are these? Hold up. Oh no. This was from yesterday, never mind. I thought that was something else. I thought those were the notes I was missing yesterday. It is not. Don't mind me. I didn't prepare. Also, is my camera falling? That's exciting. Oh no, it is. Oh, the tape on the back's come loose. Y'all, I hope my camera doesn't pop off. Don't pop off. Trying to get it centered as best I can. I just heard. I heard a concerning noise in the other room. Okay, that's about as centered as it's gonna be. Alright. I have my dice. Oh yes, you need yours too? Okay. Also, thank you for hydrating as well, Day. Okay, let me... See? Oh, I am missing a huge thing right now. Hold up. Discord. Okay. I think I have everything about as set up as I'm going to. Day, are you back? I don't know. I know there's gonna be a stream delay. Just gonna call him. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
You?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I was like, I'm all set up. I'm ready to go. And I was like, I don't have your character sheet. I don't have dice.
I feel that. I still don't have my character sheet up, to be honest.
Well, it's different than it was because you're level 4 now, which I'm speed running.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So you just sent it.
You
Okay.
get ability score improvements.
Oh, hello.
I'm doing those for you. Okay, we are good.
Oh, that is so adorable. Aww. Okay. Oh. There we go. Okay. Will it let me... Okay, I assume I have permission to show this, right? I'm still gonna get permission before I actually do. Yes, okay. Perfect. Then let me do this. Real quick. We're gonna just download. There we go. Oh! Let's resize this real quick. Hold on. Just... Wait, why is this so big? Oh my goodness. Can you see it yet?
Yes, it looks so good, Jake.
It looks so good. There we go.
I got it sent to me as well. So
okay, perfect. So you can see as well.
Yes,
nice.
Yes,
Thank you so much. That is so adorable. And there we go. That way stream can properly see it. You're so happy you're so happy that I like it. Thank you. It is adorable. Okay, I'm gonna do this for now. I'm gonna see if I can, I don't know. I'm gonna incorporate that. Definitely. I gotta come up with ideas. Yes. Thank you so much. That is perfect. Okay. Now, before I delay anymore, are you about ready? Do you have your stuff like situated and ready?
Yep,
awesome.
I am ready to go.
I think I'm about as ready as I'm gonna be. You put it on your D&D book for the photo. Oh, nice. Sorry.
Oh, that's adorable. Yes. Okay, so yes, I will update your character sheet for next session because next session you should be level 5. You're level 4 right now.
Ooh.
Very exciting.
Yes.
Okay. So last session You woke up and had breakfast, then realized that Derek's body was nowhere to be seen. Upon looking for it, you discovered that it had decayed in a strange way, causing the ground to open up and reveal a stone passageway. You explored the underground complex and found a rug of smothering, a golden oil lamp, a strange pendant, and some gold pieces. You encountered a bog-like room with strange lights inside, solved some puzzles, and made your way back to the surface. You traveled along, coming to an area made up of rocky hills, and realized that the terrain has been changing unnaturally quickly during your travels. You fought a large creature and discovered it had a note indicating it was meant to stop one person from passing. Night approached suddenly and you set up camp. You were not able to discern much from your journal, but you could tell that it spoke of a boat. So far, you've learned that you were a Spring Eladrin war cleric who was sent to investigate something by your people. Whatever you're looking for is suspected to be part of a much larger puzzle that's being uncovered by other Eladrin. You found what you were looking for extremely quickly and seemed to think that it was involved in the larger picture, but you were still gathering information on it.
Nice.
Anything to add to that?
No, I don't think so. I think that was everything. You covered it very well.
All right. So you and Octavia set up camp last night in these sort of rocky hills.
Yeah.
Again, you looked at your journal, but you couldn't really discern much from that page. So you're long rested. You are up to 35 hit points now.
Ooh.
Very nice. I did your ability score improvements for you, so you have a little more wisdom and a little more strength than you did before. So you're waking up, you're feeling renewed, a little stronger than before, a little wiser than before.
Perfect.
And as you stand up, go ahead and roll me perception. Because as you're waking here.
Okay, before we start, I'm gonna start with the lighter one. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
5.
Oh my gosh.
Which one was this?
+7 is perception, so
Okay.
a little better than 5.
That's good.
So this is a 12. As you wake up, you find that you are surrounded by this immense darkness. And at first you think that it is still nighttime, that you've woken up in the middle of the night. But as you look around, you realize you feel almost weightless, like you're floating, and you're able to sort of shift yourself upright without touching any ground. Around you, you can see dark, almost tendrils of void just sort of reaching out. You can see shimmering stars amongst them. As you look around, spot behind you this silver strand reaching out from your back, which sort of extends about 10 feet and then just dissipates into this darkness around you. You take a look around, and with that 12, you can see a strange silvery pool in the ground, of this dark ground with these stars, with this almost foggy appearance. It's hard to discern ground from sky, from other forms, but you can see this pool of silver behind you, and then beyond you, this sort of stretches out as far as you can see.
Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is Octavia anywhere to be seen? I assume not.
Don't see Octavia.
Okay. Well, this is a predicament to be in. Can I do a vibe check?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a vibe check.
3.
So 7 is... So with your 10, as you look around, you feel uneasy. You weren't here before, you're suddenly here now. It seems like there's almost this boundless, rippling darkness around you, and this strange metallic pool. But you also feel this very deep connection within yourself that you've felt your whole life. You've always felt this. Even with the lack of memories, it feels extremely familiar to you. This deep connection to something greater than yourself, and it feels much stronger here than it's ever felt before.
Oh, okay. Fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Can I investigate the silver pool?
You can, so you'll head up to it and roll investigation.
Okay. I cast a non-magic missile. 7. You should investigation,
7.
right?
Okay. So that's going to be an 8. That's better than 5. So the total of 8, you head over towards this silvery rippling pool. It almost looks like mercury in a pan, just sort of rippling here. And as you down into this pool, you can see rippling beyond its surface some some forms, some dark gray, almost block-like forms. And as you look, and as the metal-like surface ripples more and more, and you peer a little closer, you can see that it's the same rocky hills that you were just in.
Oh.
Are almost from a bird's eye view down through this pool. You can just barely make them out through the metallic silver color, which it seems to ripple more and more violently the closer you get to it.
Oh, fun.
Mhm.
Debating on whether I should touch it or not. I don't know, touching things doesn't usually seem to go well. That's how I get smothered by a rug.
You did get smothered by a rug.
Okay, and what else was around me? Or is there anything else around me besides that?
As you look around, you see this sort of dark expanse that almost looks like you're in the night sky. It's this dark shades of black, purple, blue, gray. It's almost beautiful to you, like a galaxy spreading out. And you can see these little pinpoints of light that twinkle like stars. And attached almost through to your spine, you can see this silver-colored cord that matches this rippling pool in color. And now that you're closer to it, as the cord extends out, you can see that it's connecting to this pool.
Okay, so it is connecting. Alright. Boop the mercury memory. Is that what it is? I was about to say, I kind of want to like reach into the pool. Can I like trace? I don't know if this makes sense. Can I like trace back?
Like follow the cord almost?
Yeah,
with your
follow
hand?
the cord.
Yeah, you grip at this cord behind you, and as your hand reaches out, you sort of pass through it, and you can feel this energy, this it's very strange to you. It's foreign. It's unlike any spell you've cast, unlike anything you've really felt before. It's almost electric in touch. But as you sort of trace down this ethereal cord and down to the pool, would you like to touch the pool or no?
Yes, I do want to touch the pool.
Okay. As you touch the surface of this pool with your fingers, the ripples sort of cease and freeze and pause in place, and it becomes deathly still. And you're able to see through it very clearly now. And as you
Okay.
look down, you can see that this is sort of this overhead bird's eye view of your campsite in these rocky hills. And you can see Octavia laying there sleeping, and you can see yourself laying there sleeping next to a smoldering campfire.
Interesting. Okay. Can I like go into the pool?
Why don't you make me a religion check before you do?
Okay. 11.
Plus 3 is going to be a 14. With that 14, as you're reaching down into this pool, you suddenly feel this intense call drawing you back out and away from it. And it's
Okay.
that same connected feeling that you felt before, like this intense connection with something beyond yourself. It almost feels the way it does when you're casting a spell, like there's this power being pushed through you, like you're a conduit for it.
Interesting. Okay. Also,
And it's
thank
sort
you
of
for paying your
drawing
taxes.
you back from the pool and further into this plane.
Huh. Okay. Then I guess let's go back into the plane.
All right.
Go back into the expanse.
All right, you pull back from the pool, and as you make your way away from it, you can see that this cord that seems to be connecting you to it only extends out about 10 feet before it sort of loses its solidness, and it sort of begins to visually dissipate. But you can still feel that connection to that pool, that connection to your body through the pool. And it almost feels like it's tethering you to it as you begin to sort of walk. And you're able to, despite your new weightlessness, walk just as if you always have. It's the same motions as if this ground beneath you was solid, but you really can't feel it. You can't feel anything beyond just occasionally you'll brush up against one of the star-like lights, and it feels a little cold to the touch.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, so as I keep moving, I assume the like cord keeps getting longer though? Or
Yeah,
am I like stuck?
You can only see about 10 feet worth of it before it sort of starts to fizzle out beyond you and expand into this sort of into almost a fog.
Okay.
But you can tell it's still connecting you to that pool.
Okay, sounds good. Let's just keep moving on as far as we can go.
All right. As you continue walking through this, it it sort of opens up more than this boundless place already is into a beautiful expanse of what looks to you like the galaxy. Before you could see around you there were these small swirls of color of these almost star-like pinpoints, and now it's sort of all around you that it forms up the entire surroundings, totally consuming this inky blackness in brilliant color that you're almost mesmerized by as you're walking. And you see up in the I guess not really the sky, but up above you, you can see some creature sort of swirling around in with the mists, and it seems as if this has opened up into a land just filled with life. All around you, you can see whether it be these little pinpricks of light that are now dancing around you, or these giant creatures sort of swirling through the skies. You can see just endless life, endless creatures.
Ooh, okay.
Mhm.
Can I
None of
like?
them seem to be really swooping towards you or interacting. The occasional sort of ball of light that it does look remarkably different to the ones you saw in the swamp. These ones are almost pure solid white light. As they will sometimes swirl around you a bit curiously. Some of them will even bump into you and then sort of zip off. But other than that, these creatures don't really seem to be interacting with you, and you still feel this call to just sort of keep moving forward, keep moving in.
Okay, then let's just keep going.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll perception as you keep going, just to see what you see.
This is a 6, right? Yeah, a 6.
6. Okay, 6 plus 7 is 13. So you make your way further through, and as you're sort of just progressing and just taking in as much of this vast and almost incomprehensible plane as you can, you suddenly bump into something, and as you look down, you see a very, very small little, almost a dragon-like creature that is looking up at you with its head cocked and these bright eyes looking up at you as it sort of blinks at you in almost amazement.
Aw, hello, little guy.
And he lets out like a little squeaking noise and sort of does a little hop, like he's excited.
Oh, stop. Can I pick him up?
You can pick him up.
Okay, I want to pick him
You
up.
reach down and you scoop up this sort of cat-sized little dragon, and he sort of rolls in your hands to be upside down, looking up at you, and again makes a little squeak noise.
Okay, I want to pet this little guy.
Yeah, you pet this little guy, and he seems to be enjoying the pets, and he will occasionally sort of like escape your grasp and sort of swirl around in the air above you and then come back down for more pets.
Oh, can I take you with me?
Yeah, you can take him with you.
Okay, let's keep going. I want to take him with me.
Okay. As you let go of this dragon, it seems to be trailing along beside you. It'll occasionally sort of swirl in and nip at the cord behind you, but it doesn't seem to be doing any damage to it. More like it's playing with it. Then it'll swirl back around in front, occasionally going between your legs and almost tripping you as it just sort of follows along with where you're going.
Typical pet. What can you say?
Yes. Do you continue to make your way forward?
Yeah.
Okay. As you walk forward now, you can see that in the distance there is sort of shapes beginning to form. It's less of this swirling, colorful, starry-filled void now. Even filled with life as it is, you can see real structures starting to sort of appear. And they look
Okay.
remarkably different than the rest of the plane. They're still made up of these swirling colors or more surrounded by them, but everything around here seems to be next to formless. It is, despite everything having some sort of form, whether it's the pinpricks of light, the little balls of light, or these great beings swirling above you, or even the little dragon itself, they seem to be not bound by any real laws of physics or nature, or they are in a form, but you can almost sense that they don't need to be, that they could be swirling around like colors like everything else. And
Okay.
these figures in front of you, these shapes that you're starting to be able to make out, you can tell that these are very rigid, that they are very structured, that they don't really seem to fit with everything else here.
Huh. Okay. Can I like interact with them at all?
As you approach a little bit closer, you can see that this almost looks like an abandoned town or village. It is these big dark marble pillars that sort of come up, and these huts that are scattered around. Some of them are impossibly small and others strangely large as you sort of walk through, almost like they're not existing truly in their real form here. And you sort of make your way through, and you see again this life all around, and you can even start to make out some of these swirling forms that are making up plants and bushes and almost like flowers here. But the rest of it is just so rigid, and it seems to be like stuck in this form.
Interesting.
And you can roll investigation if you want to.
Yeah, I want to see more. I rolled a 5.
Ooh, okay, a little better. No, not a little better, but you know,
Better than last week.
I know, literally last week. You need to get some better. Actually,
You're
why
not
don't you
wrong.
hang on? Go
Yes.
ahead for me. Pick a dice and a d20 and roll it 6 times and just read the numbers off for me.
Okay. Now I roll a 19. Are you kidding
19.
me?
What's the next one?
7.
Mhm.
1.
Okay.
Ooh, a 9.
Okay.
Is that 4? Like 4 times. I think.
Yeah, that's 4 times. Yeah.
Okay. So then got a 10 and another 9.
Okay.
And that was for the light die. Like
Okay.
light blue purpley one.
19, 7, 9, 1, 9, 10, 9. Okay. Okay. It seems like it might be weighted a little bit towards one side, because the 19, 7, 1, and 9 are all kind of, if you look at your dice, they're all kind of in the same area.
Shut up, they are.
But the 10's kind of on the other side.
The 10 is on the like other side of the 7, kind of.
Yeah, it's even still kind of nearby though, you know.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So do with that what you will.
I will. Okay. I don't know if it has to do with the surface I'm rolling on too, because it's not a true flat surface.
Oh, maybe.
Because it's like it's just a little container.
Yeah. Well, even if your dice was weighted towards, so it seems to be weighted towards the natural 1 side, but even if it was weighted towards the natural 20 side, 2 and 8 are like right next to the 20. So like 1 and 13 are right next to the 1. Or not in 1, 19 and 13 are right next to the 1.
Okay.
So it's like you still have the capability to get good and bad rolls, so I'm not particularly concerned about it, but
Yeah.
if you wanted to use a different one, you'd be more than welcome to.
Okay.
Yeah, your dice definitely don't seem to like him very much, Jane.
You know, it's okay. I'll keep it going. I'll keep it going for now. I have because I have this other set too. They came from the same place, so who knows? But maybe I'll like alternate. I'll switch it up every so often.
Okay.
That's what I've been doing. If I get too many bad rolls, or if I feel like I'm getting too many bad rolls, I'm gonna pay more attention to the numbers now that you told me that, though.
Yeah,
I'll do that.
Yeah, that's what my my DM had me do. I was rolling a bunch of 20s on a new dice I got, and he's like, "Can you just roll it like 9 times?" And I rolled it 9 times, and it was all like right around the 20. I mean, we found out it was weighted. Like
that
not
makes so much
intentionally,
sense,
obviously, but just
right?
not balanced, you know.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to test this later and see.
Yeah, you could definitely test the other ones later on.
Yes, I'm very curious. It's okay. Maybe the other one will be weighted the other direction.
Maybe.
No, I'll know when I
Okay.
need good luck and bad luck.
Yes. So you rolled investigation. You can roll investigation again if you want, because I don't remember where your number was.
Sure. Let's roll it again. 13.
13. Okay, that one's better. That one's better.
Yes.
So it's a total of 14. As you make your way through this little village, you're sort of taking a look here, and you're getting the feeling that this village is not from this realm, from this plane, but has been pulled in from somewhere else, maybe even by accident.
Okay.
And that might be why it's warped like this. As you continue making your way through it, it sort of starts to solidify and to get less of this warped appearance and more of typical houses of typical sizes that you would really expect to see, and sort of solidify, and some of the plants even begin to look like plants from your home plane, from around you and Octavia on the mountainside. You see
Huh.
like grass spiking up and some trees, but they are of these unusual colors still, of these swirling colors, but they seem to be making up these forms as if to hold this chunk of reality in place.
Okay. Then can I just keep going? See
Yeah,
like
you can keep going.
yeah, I want to see or like see if there's any place I'm specifically being drawn to, I guess. If I'm still being
You
drawn
still
to
feel
specific.
drawn forward at this point.
Okay. Then yeah, let's keep going forward.
Okay, you continue to walk forward, and you sort of watch as your little dragon friend is sort of dancing around, and he'll pop into one of the houses and then pop out a window, and sort of munches at some of the grass, and then sees that you're getting a little further away, and will run back over to you, sort of
Aw.
dancing through these new forms as if he's never seen them before. Um, And as you make your way forward, it feels less and less like you're in this boundless dark plane with these colors and these stars, and it starts to feel more and more like you're walking through a village. Even as unusual as the colors are, it feels like these houses and these pillars are the only things that are made of anything other than what everything in this plane is made of. Like these houses very specifically have been pulled in here, and the plane itself around you is trying to make up the pieces that were left behind. But even with the strange colors and the strange shifting around you, as you make your way forward, it almost sort of starts to blur into what it should actually look like as you're making your way through what starts to feel like a completely normal village.
Huh. Alright. I'm gonna keep looking
I
around.
spent most of today yelling over several teens, so my voice is a little.
Oh no, that is a-okay. Do
I'm gonna be
you
pausing to drink water a lot.
that is a-okay, definitely.
Yes. So you continue making your way forward, and your dragon companion seems to be more and more like amazed by these things, and it tries to go through the wall of one of the houses and just sort of bonks its head and seems absolutely fascinated by just how solid this is. And then it sort of returns back to you and back to your cord, and continues along beside you.
Do
And
I
as you
bonk
make your way
into it?
forward,
Sorry.
hmm?
Do I
you
bonk into it if I try to like move through it? Not my head, but
you can
like I'll
try.
try my hand.
You reach out with your hand, and you're met with this solid, smooth marble beneath it, but it feels strangely warm to the touch. You know, marble and anything made of stone would typically be very cold, but it feels almost body temperature as you sort of touch this marble.
Fascinating. Okay.
Mhm. And as you continue to make your way forward, you begin to see like you sort of come up out of these houses and out of this grass and these trees, and before you stretches out this huge mountain of dark and of color that's sort of swirling. It's just this massive peak poking up out of this place.
Ooh. Alright. Let's keep going.
Right, as you begin to approach this mountain, around you things seem to warp. One second you're just approaching it, and then suddenly you're right at the base. You start heading a little bit up it, and next thing you know, you're looking back and you're halfway to the peak.
Oh wow.
And you continue just sort of making your way up, and this connection that you're feeling it's just getting stronger and stronger, and you can just feel it strengthening and growing and pulling you up towards this mountain, almost dragging you up it at this strange way, pulling you through and to the next point where you sort of blink and you realize that you're standing at the peak.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, and you take a look around, and as you turn back and look down at the village, it's so far that it's almost gone, and it's taken you just minutes to walk this whole way up to ascend to this massive peak. You can barely see the village down below. The metal pool is far out of sight by now, and your little dragon friend is sort of running up the last bit of peak to join you as
Oh.
you gaze down, and you can just see this swirling color and these swirling stars, and you watch as they sort of engulf this village at the bottom of the mountain, and when the swirling sort of passes by again, it's just gone.
Oh, whoa.
Hmm. And you turn back around, and you see that what was once sort of this almost unformed mountain peak is now there's this sort of sharp shift behind you where this swirling color sort of stops, and it starts is this completely normal looking grass and ground and stone leading up to this doorway that's just sort of you can't even see beyond the edges of it because it's just surrounded by the same swirling color of everything else.
Okay, let's go to the doorway.
Your dragon friend sort of bounds before you and is jumping up and sniffing and investigating the grass and the stone pathway that is extremely familiar to you, but seems to be completely unusual to this creature. Do you want to name him, or you don't
Not
have to lay it
yet.
on the spot if you don't want to? Okay.
Not yet. We'll come up with a name later.
Okay, we'll come up with a name. And he sort of like bounds around, and he seems almost amazed by the noise that his claws make on this stone pathway, as if he's never really come into contact with these solid, unmovable objects before. And you walk up to this doorway, and it's just sort of swirling there, and you can see this just plain wooden door with a ring pull handle on it.
Ooh, okay. I guess let's see if we can open it.
You reach out.
Oh wait,
and
should I knock?
Oh, you can knock if you want to.
Yeah, I should knock first.
Okay, you reach out and raise your hand to this wooden door, and as you tap your knuckles against it, it almost seems to solidify its place in this realm, and it suddenly feels a lot more concrete, a lot more almost like the swirling has sort of stopped, and you're just rapping on this door that is here, that has always been here, that was never here and yet has always been. And you hear this knock sort of ring out, and all around you this noise that you could hear that you didn't even realize was there, this sort of almost like white noise, this buzzing, occasional chirps. It's just gone. It is just silent as these knocks ring out, and then the door creaks open towards you.
Ooh, okay.
Would you like to go inside?
Yes, let's go on in.
Right, you head inside, and you find yourself standing in what you can only describe as the most vast and intricately decorated temple you have ever been in your life. It is this immense white marble place with strangely lacking no windows. In place of windows, there are these tapestries depicting bears, depicting fights, depicting wild animals, and shields and hammers and things, but there's not a single window in this entire temple. And even as you turn back, the door seems to be less real than it was before.
Oh wow. Can we pause really quick? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, of course.
We should both hydrate.
We should both hydrate.
Hydrate or dihydrate for Jade. Okay, my water is done. Thank you so much for the hydrate. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Alright, I'm ready.
Alright, as you sort of make your way through this place, taking in these small cushions that seem to rest as seats along this aisle that you're heading up, you approach what appears to be an altar at the very front of this temple. And resting atop it is a very small table, and you can see this warhammer resting upside down, and balanced atop the hilt are a set of scales.
Oh, Warhammer, look at that in all of its beauty.
Yes, and this is an extremely intricate one with you can tell that the head of the hammer is made of a precious metal, though it's not one that you've ever seen before. It has a silvery glint to it, and yet at the same time rainbows almost seem to reflect off of this metal and out of these carvings of these sort of swirling runes that you don't really recognize. The handle itself is made of this very dark wood that to you looks strangely powerful. And as you look at these scales, they are these beautiful, almost decorative looking scales carved intricately from the same metal as the head of the hammer. And on one side rests a ruby, and on the other side rests a piece of jade, and it is perfectly balanced.
Amazing. Can I touch it?
Yeah, what would you like to do?
Well, okay. Is there anything or anybody else around that I can see? Or is it just
No.
okay.
All that you can see in terms of like other creatures is your dragon, which is sitting to the left of the door that you came through. Is just sort of sitting observing you, it seems. Yeah,
Okay.
there's to your left there's a small like fireplace with a small dark fire in it, and to your right there is what seems to be like a spot to kneel and pray before a like almost a placard of that symbol of these scales balanced upon a warhammer. And then,
Okay.
yeah, sort of in the middle at the end of this aisle is this on the small golden altar.
Okay. I want to grab the warhammer.
Okay, are you grabbing it in any like particular way, or just placing your hand on
Um
it, or are you like picking it up?
I should just start by just placing my hand on it first. I shouldn't just grab
Okay.
it yet.
Yeah, so you're just like touching are you touching the hilt or where are you
The
touching?
handle.
Okay.
Wait, is that
You reach. Yeah.
okay?
You can grab the handle.
Okay, yeah.
You good? Okay. You reach out and you place your hand on the handle of this warhammer, and you feel this connection within you. I should ask, which hand are you placing?
Well, I instinctively reached out with my right hand.
Okay, perfect. Yes, you place your right hand on the handle of this warhammer, and you feel this connection within you just sort of burn brighter than it's ever burned before. And you can tell that this hammer, this symbol, is the symbol of the very god that powers you, that gives you your spells, this same force that's been pushing these spells through you and granting you the power that flows through your blood is connected to this hammer, these scales, this symbol here.
Okay, I want to pick it up.
Okay. You pick up the hammer and pull it towards yourself, and as you do, the scales seem to melt into the hilt, and the gold sort of drips down it, running and forming this decorative pattern over the dark wood, and it feels extremely natural to just wield it in your hand, almost more like it was made for you, more so than your own warhammer that you've been using this whole time, as you sort of hold it and look it over in your right hand. And
Amazing.
you yeah, you sort of start to feel more than you see this glowing, which seems to be pulsing out of the hammer and surrounding your right hand, which is clasping it. And your hand almost becomes translucent for a moment before re-solidifying around the base of the hammer.
Amazing. May I ask, is there a particular color to the glowing, or is it just light?
It's sort of just this light.
Okay.
Um that's sort of you really can't even see it so much as you can feel it, but
Okay.
it does feel sort of radiant and white to you,
Awesome. Okay.
and you sort of notice just through feeling, through sensing this presence before you, and as you look up you can see this man standing on the other side of the altar, and his face is turned towards you, and he wears this like a bearskin cloak with the head of the bear resting over his own head, and on his right arm, let me double check that it's his right arm, on his left arm he wields a shield of the same silver metal as the head of that hammer, which is intricately carved, depicting a snake biting onto what almost looks to you like a cloud, and then the whole thing is rimmed in gold. And as you look at his right hand, you can see his arm, which is muscular and protruding from this bearskin, ends right at the wrist, and over the end of his arm you can see this almost matching metal cuff with gold bands wrapped around it, but there is no hand at the end of that arm.
Okay, can I pause really quick? I'm so sorry.
You're good, you're good. I see chat.
Hello. Yeah, thank you for the follow.
Hello, welcome.
Welcome in. Is it Cade1232? Is there something particular I could call you? Just let me know. I hope you're having a good day. The snake is biting me. We dragged me friend here. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi,
Perfect.
Cade.
Hello, welcome. I hope you enjoy. So I have a question. This is the perfect time to like interrupt as well.
Yeah.
So is it the snake kind of like similar to the one that's on the shield I have already?
It
Or
does
is it just
actually
different?
look kind of similar to you.
Okay, awesome.
Mhm.
All right,
Yeah.
I am ready.
Yeah. And he stands before you dressed in this almost decorative looking battle armor, and he has sort of long white hair flowing down, and around his head is this almost halo of light. And as you look and you go to meet his eyes, all that you see are these dark, empty sockets in place of eyes.
Okay. Interesting. Can I... Was that everything?
Mhm.
Okay, can I talk to him? I don't know what to say. Hi?
You say hi, and
Yes.
then his mouth sort of cracks into this smile as you sort of greet him, and he sort of stands there smiling at you, but you can hear and sort of feel words echoing in your head, and you can sense more than you can even conceive this returned greeting to you.
Okay. I hope it's okay I brought my little friend here. Found him on the
Um,
way up.
yes, he sort of looks past you with these unseeing sockets and sort of makes a motion with his hand, and your little dragon friend comes bounding over and sits beside you at this altar.
Aww.
And you suddenly feel very compelled to give something on the altar.
Okay. Do I have it? What do I feel compelled to give?
An offering.
Oh, I thought there was a specific thing. Is there a specific thing?
You're not sure.
Should I roll?
You
I
can
don't
roll
know what to...
religion if you want to see what you
Okay.
should put on the altar.
I rolled a 6.
Okay, 6 plus 3 is 9. And you don't feel compelled to give anything in specific. You just feel compelled to sort of show a sign of devotion and place something on the altar, almost sacrifice it here.
Ooh, okay. Trying to think, what do I have on me? Because I know I have that slimy necklace I never cleaned up, or the slimy chain, I mean. I have, was there a medallion from last time? I saw
Yep,
the
you did
medallion.
find a small medallion last time. You have a vial of poison that you collected at one point. You
The
have your holy
clock.
symbol.
I still have the clock.
You do still have the clock, yeah.
Interesting. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you have your old warhammer, your crossbow, your dagger, your shield. Oh, you have a couple daggers. Your shield. You have a couple shiny rocks that you collected by a river, I believe.
Should I...
Yeah.
I'm debating. Should I trade my old warhammer? Do I get a new warhammer? Can
You can
I...
put your warhammer on the altar if you want.
I'm nervous. I don't want to lose any warhammer though. I'm nervous. Should I...
If it makes you feel better, you have more than enough gold to buy a new warhammer if you were to come to like a town.
Fuck it, let's go. I will put my devoted, wonderful warhammer on the altar.
You place your warhammer, which has guided you, guarded you, and helped you in your battles throughout this entire journey. One of the few remnants that you have of the life that you lived before waking up with no memories. And you place it on the altar, and you watch as it transforms into this blue, shimmering, almost ethereal version of itself. And depicted sort of above it are these same scales that were balanced on the hammer that you took. And the hammer in your own hand that you picked up off of this sort of seems to grow in weight and in almost the same way that the door did when you knocked on it, in solidity, that it feels very real and very solid in your hand.
Ooh, amazing. Thank you.
And this god sort of nods at you, and you can sense that you've gotten what you came here for.
Amazing.
What you were almost brought here for.
may I ask for any other wisdom, advice, or potential memories?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Let me think what check to have you make here. Give me a flat wisdom check.
What does that mean? Or just
So you're gonna roll, I'll add your wisdom modifier. So like instead of it being like a medicine check or a religion check or a perception check, it's just wisdom as like the category, you know?
okay. All right. I got a 4.
You got a 4 plus 5 makes it a 9. And this god sort of tilts his head at you, and you can again sense sort of this meaning from these almost inexplicable words that you can feel more than you can hear, of that should you be in a place of trouble, all you need to do is ask, and your god will help you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I
And
will remember this.
you again feel more than you hear or even see sort of a name.
A name?
Yes.
What
And
name?
you know sort of innately that the god standing before you is called the maimed god.
Like Maimed?
Yes. And I just
Okay.
texted that to you.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Hmm.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
And you feel sort of this tug from your cord, and as you sort of whip around, you see that the door is now wide open, and you can feel yourself sort of being pulled towards it.
Okay. I guess it's time to go. I'll be in touch. All right, little
And
dragon buddy.
you say this, and as you look back, you can see that the figure that was standing there is gone now.
All right, little friend, let's go.
And I have an image of said god that I can send to you.
Ooh. Also, I was about to say, is this a good point after this to take a pause somewhere around here?
Actually, now is a really good point to take a pause.
Okay, I want to pull this image up because I want stream to be able to see. Hold on. I'll have to. Bruh. Please save.
I've typed the name in chat as well.
Oh, perfect. Okay, let's go to OBS. I should have this down by now.
That's okay.
And there we go. Right over my own face.
Perfect.
Okay, so that's the maimed god.
Yes.
Yay. That's amazing. So is this officially my god, I assume?
Yes, this is officially your cleric god that grants you your cleric power.
Amazing. Okay. Aw. Okay, cool.
All right.
You're
Yes,
eating
that is a
Snickers.
point to take a little break.
Perfect. Awesome. I need to get more water. And we'll take a quick bathroom break. Get yourselves snacks, drinks, anything you need. Blankets.
Yes. Don't forget to take a big old stretch.
Yes, that too. That is a good plan. All right. Let's pause and we'll be right back. So I just forgot to take my water cup in there because I realized I had laundry that needed to be switched over. But that is done now. I started laundry forever ago. I was hoping it would be done by stream. It was not. So I have taken care of that now though. Let me grab some water just to give y'all a quick little warning. We'll be starting back soon. Hello, hello. Alright. Turn the captions back on. Let me unmute myself today so they can hear me. Alright.
Hello.
Hi, welcome back.
That
Are you
scared me
about ready?
so bad.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel that it scares me every time when you do it too.
I'm looking at stat blocks and you're just talking like, oh my god.
I love that for you. I didn't give you a warning, you're right. Usually I'll give him a warning. I did not.
That's
Oh, my camera's all the way down. I should have fixed that. Whoops. I was doing too many things.
I can't believe how cool this god looks. Also, I've been looking at the picture.
I know, it does look so cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is not working like I want it to at all. It's fine. I'll do it like that because it'll probably fall. Like slowly. Okay, cool. I should catch up on the chat real quick. See, what did I miss anything fun? Ooh, fun, yes. We love guilty verdicts, catching all the way back up from up there. New god just dropped. I love it. Also, thank you for reminding me with the links. So it turns out forever ago, like February, I think, or something, I had done the first version of the survey. I updated it since we've met our goal to more things we have been doing recently. I changed it just a little bit. Most of it's the same. So there's the survey. I'm not. It'll also give me a chance to see about what times and days work best for people, as well as what you guys are interested in, because, you know, the point is for y'all to control the stream. So there's link to the survey in case y'all want to take it, and it's also, I'm gonna put it in the Discord as well if I haven't already. So yeah, I'm not sure when it's gonna be. Probably with. I've been debating day on whether we want to do it. If it's long, if it takes me that long to when we're done with this campaign, I might switch it in between, give us a little D&D break. If not, I might just do it on a different day. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Okay, yeah.
But that's kind of my thought process. I'm debating between. So y'all know.
Yeah, we probably got, I want to say 2 more sessions.
Yeah.
Beyond this one.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
Yeah, just based on my current plan.
Yes. And based on what we talked about.
I think it's unlikely you'll blow through it in 1, but it's possible that it might take you 3.
Oh, that is a-okay.
Okay. Yeah.
It's more so just depends on how long it takes me personally to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be more of it.
Possible that you could do it in 2. I also think it's possible it could take 3. I don't think it'll take just 1 though.
Oh yeah. Cool. Then be looking forward to that at some point, and feel free to give your opinions. Trying to see what else I missed. Ooh, all kinds of fun games. D&D does rule. I've been living for this. It is great.
I'm glad.
Yes. And yes, you should make characters. Okay. Amazing. Well, thank y'all for sticking around. Are we about ready, you think?
I think I'm ready.
Sweet. Let me move this back. All right. Let's jump back in.
So you begin to make your way back out of this temple, and when you go back through this door that you feel almost pulled through, you find that instead of standing sort of on this vast mountaintop, now you're sort of back down on the ground as if you were never on a mountaintop to begin with, and you can sort of see that you're sort of facing the direction that your cord is pointing now, and it's sort of become this swirling colorful land filled with all of this life again, and the village is sort of gone, and the temple is gone. The doorway that you went through is no longer there. The mountain itself seems to have dissipated, and your little dragon friend is sort of swirling around you again, and you can see much bigger dragon-like creatures above you, sort of doing similar dances, almost swirling around, and and you're not sure why they're really doing it, or if it's for fun, if they're maybe hunting food or something, but they all seem to be doing this sort of similar swirling movement above you.
They're not hunting me, are they?
You're not sure.
I, if this is your baby, I'll give him back. Please don't hurt
They
me.
don't really seem to be taking much notice to you. They more seem to be obsessed with their movements at the moment.
Okay. Interesting. Can I do a little vibe check?
You can vibe check, yeah.
It's a vibe check. I rolled a 19.
Ooh, you feel like these sort of dragons in particular don't pose much of a threat to you at this moment. Like, they're not particularly interested in hunting you or in eating you or even in like stopping the little dragon from going with you.
Okay. Cool. Then I guess we'll just keep an eye on them and maybe keep heading back the way we came.
Yeah, you begin to head back the way you came, sort of following, very easily following your cord and the direction that it's sort of pointing, almost pulling you. And you begin to make your way back towards that, where you know that silvery pool to be. And you travel for a bit of time, like a couple of minutes, not like a particularly long amount of time. And your little dragon friend again is sort of, he'll get distracted and run off to the side and try and eat one of the little lights, and then notice that he seems to be trying to stick with you. He gets distracted often and sort of bounds off, but then he always sort of comes back once he realizes that you're starting to get away or you're moving on to the next sort of area. And as you're moving, just sort of as you seem to sort of be approaching that darker area where the pool is located, where there are swirling bits of colors, but it's largely sort of this just vast, almost void of darkness with just an occasional swirl of this galaxy-like colors in it. And sort of just as you're approaching that threshold from these stars and color into this sort of darker area, you feel this boom behind you.
Oh, whoa. What was that?
And as you turn to look back, I've got an image.
Nice.
I'll send it and then I'll describe it. You see from these swirling depths this creature which towers up higher than that mountain did. It's at least several, it's larger than it. It's much larger than the mountain was, and it's sort of sifting its way through these stars towards you.
Oh, whoa. Okay.
Show that image to chat if you would like.
Yep, I'm also pulling that up. I love how you know.
And your little dragon sort of like sees this thing starting to, it's still far off in the distance, but it sort of sees it coming and just bolts in the direction of your cord, heading like sprinting towards this pool.
Oh no. Also, there we go. So it's sprinting towards the pool?
Mm-hmm. Like sort of back the way that you came.
Oh no. Okay. Then it's not at me though, you said?
The dragon is running sort of towards the pool. This thing is coming in your direction.
Oh, okay. I'm a little nervous. If I jump in the pool, is he gonna follow? But maybe that might be a good thing. Maybe I want Octavia for this. Okay,
what would you like to do?
Maybe I should listen to the dragon. Maybe I should. I'm just gonna get a little closer to the pool.
All right. Are you walking towards the pool?
I'm turning around and sprinting towards the pool. This guy's
run, and your feet are sort of colliding with this emptiness as you're just absolutely booking it back towards this pool. Go ahead and make me. You can do a wisdom saving throw.
Come on. Oh, dang, you can't make this up. I swear on my life, I rolled a 20.
Nice. So that's a total of 27 for and as you're running, you sort of feel this immense power fill you, and suddenly you're propelling yourself forwards in the similar way as you were sort of going up that mountain where you would blink and realize that you're suddenly standing in this great distance, although it feels almost like you have control over it as you're sort of bounding towards this pool, and you come to the edge of it, and where your dragon is sort of sitting waiting for you, watching you with these wide eyes.
Can I like jump through?
Yeah. Are you like cannonballing?
Yeah, I'm just trying to cannonball it out of here.
You cannonball into this silver pool, and you feel all around yourself. It's like you're suspended in midair for a second. Like you're weightless, but you're also just sort of almost frozen where you are, and you can feel this cold all around you of this liquid touching you. But all you can really see is darkness. And then you're sitting up with a gasp on this hillside next to Octavia, who's sort of looking at you. You clearly have startled her when you're just shooting up, like gasping for breath, and she sort of leaned over a fire trying to get it going again. And as you look around, you're back at your campsite on the hills. This creature that you just saw is nowhere to be seen, and curled up on your lap is this very concerned looking little dragon.
I was just about to ask about him. Oh, okay, so we don't see this guy?
Nope, you don't see him anywhere.
Okay. Did I just dodge a fight? At least for now.
At least for now.
Okay, I'm a little nervous. But good morning, Octavia. Oh, the night I've had.
Yeah. What
Look at
happened?
this little guy.
She's like a little wary as you're just like shot upright, and there's a dragon now, and she's like, there was not before, you know?
Right, look at the little guy. Isn't he adorable?
He's very cute, and she sort of like reaches out to pet him, and then like pulls her hand back, and then reaches out again and gives him a little pat on the head. He seems to enjoy it.
Okay, good. Yes, he's friendly.
Okay.
How did you sleep?
Good, I think. How did you sleep, Faedrin?
Well, can I do a, like, how do I feel? Do I feel well rested? Cause
You feel pretty well rested.
I feel like that religious experience, I don't know if it make me feel like alive.
Yeah, you feel pretty good. You feel pretty well rested, and you can feel this connection to your god has strengthened.
Yes, I feel great actually.
Well, that's good to hear. And she sort of seems to like recover from the shock of you both waking with the start and then also having a dragon now. And she sort of goes breakfast and holds out a plate of what appears to be eggs.
I'm starving. That is perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes?
Octavia, before I forget, look at this. I have the new Warhammer, right?
You do have the new Warhammer, and you show her this sparkling hammer, which looks even more brilliant in this light.
Isn't it glorious?
Whoa, that's really pretty. She says, and she sort of like looks it over, and she sort of like peers at it for a moment, like inspecting the gold that sort of winds at this time, and she seems to be really pretty impressed by this hammer. She goes, "Is that mithril?" As she like looks at this silvery metal that you don't recognize that seems to make up the head of the hammer.
I have no clue actually.
It looks like it, and she sort of reaches out and pokes it and sort of nods to herself, and she seems to be convinced that that's what it's made of.
Okay, awesome. I guess it is. Also,
where did you get that?
I got it from my god. The named god.
And she seems like that seems to like explain everything to her when you say that.
Okay,
and
perfect. Awesome. Let's dig in. I'm ready to eat.
Yeah, so you eat your plate of eggs, and you can tell that she sort of seasoned it with that same like orange spicy sauce from sort of your first day eating the fish tacos with her, and it's very good. You quite like your eggs, and your dragon
Nostalgic.
steals a couple pieces from you.
Oh, of course, of course.
Yes, occasionally he sort of just jumps up and snaps at some of the eggs and gets some and eats them, and he doesn't seem to be enjoying the spicy sauce quite as much, but that's not deterring him whatsoever.
Sounds about right.
And once you finished your eggs and he's finished like licking your little plate clean, he burps, and out from his mouth sort of billows this sort of, it reminds you of the same swirling colors and these little stars as this sort of like puff of smoke that comes out of his mouth.
Stop, that's adorable. Oh. All right. That was delicious.
Why, thank you. And she sort of puts out the fire and packs up the camp, and you're able to gather your gear, gather your dragon, and get ready to set out for the day.
Awesome. Let's set out.
All right. Sorry, let me get my tab up.
Oh, you're all good. I should drink some drink.
You should drink some drink, yes.
Not knock over my water, though.
Yes, that is not good.
Okay, we are good, though. Also, I love that in the chat. I am so here for it.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
That is excellent.
Yes, you should send it when you're done.
Yeah.
In the Discord, probably. I don't think you can send stuff on here, unfortunately. But yes, you should drop it in there if you feel up to it. I would love to see. All right.
Yep.
Get myself settled. Okay. I think I'm good whenever you are.
Yep, just want to throw the Discord link in chat.
Smart. Thank you.
Of course. All right. So you and Octavia begin to set out for the day. You've gathered up all your gear and you're feeling pretty good. You got your new trusty warhammer beside you, and you make your way out and through these hills. And in the past couple of days when you've been traveling, this terrain again has been changing like unnaturally fast. You're going through multiple biomes in a single day, like several within a week, and you now are finding that these hills are sort of remaining, and they're sort of all that you can see all around. Even though like until now it feels almost unusual for this sort of normalcy to be happening, since for so long you've been traveling and things are just sort of changing constantly around you from the time to the biome that you're in.
Huh. Interesting. All right.
And you continue along for a while, and occasionally Octavia will make some casual conversation with you or point out a plant that she knows the name of. And after a bit, the hills sort of open up to it's a similar biome, less hilly and more sort of these flat rocky plains almost, where the stones were worn down more than the hilly area.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And your dragon sort of bounds along beside you, and he seems a little confused by like this plane and the way that it works and the way that gravity like is a thing here. And occasionally he'll sort of like do this jump where you can tell he's kind of trying to run into the air, like he used to on the other plane, and he'll just kind of come crashing down and then sort of get his feet back under himself and continue on. And as you're walking, he slowly sort of starts to seem to get used to it more and more, and there's less of this like blind leaping upward and then crashing down onto the rocky ground, as he sort of becomes accustomed to this new home of his.
Aww, how adorable.
He does still run off occasionally, but he's never out of sight. He'll run over and try and eat something or try and chase something, and then as soon as he realizes you're starting to get away from him, he will run back over to you. He does come very close to getting a bird, but the bird does escape.
Aw, good try, buddy.
Yes, and he just sort of circles back over time and just continues traveling along with you. And Octavia seems quite enamored with the little dragon. She'll occasionally throw out scraps of bread or meat, as she's sort of walking and talking, and she'll pet him if he comes within reach. And yeah, you've got your little guy with you now.
Aww.
Hmm.
Perfect.
And after a while of traveling in the distance, you begin to see, it almost reminds you of the way that the village and the mountain just sort of started to appear over the horizon in the plane that you were inside of, as this structure seems to sort of almost look like it's rising up over the horizon.
Okay.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah, and Octavia seems almost invigorated by the sight of it, and like her pace is a little quicker now, and she's a little bouncier on her feet as you're sort of making your way towards. This is clearly where you're heading right now,
Yeah.
is towards this structure that's coming into view, and you can see way off in the distance this huge dark stone almost building of sorts, but closer to you is this much smaller one made of a similar sort of dark stone. There's honestly a really sharp contrast to the marbled village that you saw in the other plane, and you're sort of coming up on this little almost like a building with just made of this dark stone, and it's quite small.
Huh. Aw.
And then off in the distance is this like way larger one.
Okay. Let's go. We should check out the smaller one first, right?
Yeah. And you come up to this smaller building, and Octavia just sort of darts inside immediately. But it is this sort of beautifully carved dark. It shines like marble, but it's not any. And no marble that you've seen has ever been this sort of dark color before. As you sort of inspect it, and it sort of gleams in the light, and at the same time seems to almost absorb all the light that hits it and is around it. And there's this doorway with just open in the front of this building, and although it is sort of a small, almost like a small hut, it is, every detail has been carved immaculately and decorated with gold and very intricate designs of these sort of they almost remind you of tears. The way that tears fall and run down a face are these lines of gold that sort of, I'm moving my hand in the air right now, you can't see it.
Yeah.
These sort of gold almost drips, but they're made of solid metal.
Oh, okay. Fascinating.
And Octavia sort of like darts inside immediately and enters this little building.
Okay, I'll go in behind her.
Yeah,
See what's
you
inside.
enter this little building. Like it's almost strange to you, the contrast between the size of it and the immaculate, careful, glorious detail of it.
Mhm.
As you're just sort of looking at it, it's a strange contrast, like that someone would put so much effort into such a tiny little building. But as you come inside, you see the first thing that you spot is on the wall this almost like a symbol of it kind of actually reminds you of almost a dinner plate.
Hmm.
I have an image of it, actually. I have a lot of images today. I didn't mean that to happen. I just did. So I will
No,
send
that's
you
okay.
it. It is sort of this dark center that is surrounded by a ring of purple and then a ring of what appears to be solid gold. And
Huh.
you sort of see this, and it's physically set into the wall. And then down below you can see almost what looks like this sort of dark, very, again, intricately carved altar. And on it are these pitch black candles glowing with deep purple flames.
Ooh, amazing.
And scattered all over the altar are these gold coins. Some of them are melted down and like half consumed by purple flame, where the candles have burned low enough to sort of catch this metal on fire.
Oh, okay.
And you can see on either side of the altar are these dark obsidian vases with these large branches coming out of them that are completely dead, almost like brush at this point, that
Hmm.
peek up on either side of the altar. And Octavia kneels before it, and she's got a gold coin in her hand, and seems to be murmuring some sort of prayer.
Okay. Maybe I should give her space. Let her do her prayers, things, her business.
Yeah, you sort of stand back and let her do her thing, and she takes her gold coin, and you catch this look on her face that you've never really seen before in her. She's always seems, even when she's frustrated, she's never seemed in any sort of way sad to you. Even when she was upset about Derek, she was lashing out in anger. She never really seemed sad about it. And even along the way in combat and things like that, you've never seen her sad before. And this expression on her face right now is one of such woe that it just catches you completely off guard. And then it's gone in a second as she holds this coin over the flame and it catches. And for a moment, the coin seems to resemble the symbol on the wall as this flame engulfs it, lighting the edge in this purple hue. And she quickly drops it on the altar before it can burn her hand, and then the gold sort of begins to melt under the heat of this flame. And she kneels there for a moment, watching this metal bubble and boil and burn into this dark stone altar. And then she sort of pops right up like her normal self and turns towards you with like a big smile on her face and goes, "We're almost there."
Oh, awesome. Is everything all right?
Yes. It's traditional when approaching the temple, if you are a follower, to give an offering. So I have given mine.
Awesome. Well, I'm in the clear, right?
Yeah, you're not. And she sort of like waves her hand vaguely, and then like almost towards your new warhammer.
Okay. Just making sure. I don't
Yeah,
want to piss any deities off.
of course. Ready to go?
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, right. And she leads her way confidently back out of this little, almost like pre-temple area. And as you start to make your way out, you can see that above the door is a very similar symbol of this. This one is set in the center of it is that same symbol, that plate round with the darkness in the center rimmed by the gold. And this one seems to be a almost a hooded cloak, black and plain and spread out flat, and like this charm almost is decorating the cloak now on this symbol that is above this doorway on your way out.
Okay. Interesting.
And you follow her out of the little temple area, and you see that your dragon has actually waited outside and did not come in with you, and is very excited to see you again. It's bounding and like nipping at your hand, and very very excited to see you once again.
Aw, hey little guy. Ready to keep going?
It makes a little squeak noise again and bounces, and then sets off after Octavia.
Perfect. Let's go.
All right, you begin to set out towards what you can now see is a temple in the distance, and it's as you're approaching, you can see that it is made of the same dark marble and has the same intricate designs as the smaller altar room that is sort of set about a mile out before it. And it is still pretty far off in the distance as you're walking, and you can see as you are walking, you can watch in real time as the sun sort of rises through the sky to about noon and then rapidly begins to set. You're watching this occur over the matter of minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And as it starts to get dark, it sort of seems to pause almost at sunset and return to its normal time as you're approaching and getting closer and closer to this temple. And as you approach, you can see now that there is a pathway leading there that's just littered with these gold coins. Some of them are melted, some of them chipped or seem to have been almost destroyed in some sort of act of sacrifice, and others are gleaming and perfectly intact that look the day that they were made. That just sort of litter the ground and just are so dense that you're almost slipping on them as you're walking over and near them along the way as you approach this temple. And you are still at least a mile out, and all that you can see just leading up towards the doorway of this is this pile of thousands and thousands of gold coins.
Okay, should we leave any gold coins, Octavia? Or are we good?
But we can if we want to.
Maybe we should each leave one just in case.
beep.
Or
And she takes
you
a
already
gold
left
coin from
yours.
her little coin pouch and sort of flicks it, and it spins in the air and then lands heads down on the pavement of these gold coins.
Awesome, and I'll do the same.
All right. You flip the coin up in the air, and it spins a bit and lands, and then tilts to the side and lands heads up on the amongst the other coins.
Awesome. Wait, which way did hers land?
Heads down.
Heads down and mine landed heads up. Okay, interesting. Also,
Yeah.
Jade would like to know what they missed.
Oh goodness, how long has Jade been gone?
Not too terribly long. Were you there for
Oh,
the
okay.
first small building?
Yeah. So you Faedrin and Octavia came to this. They've been searching for Octavia's patron god's temple, and they seem to be almost approaching it now. And they came to this altar room where Octavia said a prayer and gave an offering of a gold coin before continuing towards the temple. And then they found this massive trail of just thousands and thousands of gold coins leading up to the temple, and they've each left one on the path as they're approaching.
I think that's pretty much it. I don't think you've missed too much.
Yeah, I think that's
We got for
all
about
that you
15
missed in the
minutes.
last 15 minutes or so. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
And you're getting sort of also the sun like set really rapidly.
Oh
I
yeah.
forgot about that. You are approaching this temple, and you're walking for what feels like hours, and it seems like you're not getting any closer, and then all of a sudden it feels like you're almost there, and then you blink and sort of realize that you're not close at all. Like the time is not working quite right, and as long as you've been traveling, the sun has not moved past this sort of position where it's almost set, and the sky is lit with these stars, but there's still a purplish hue on the horizon. And Octavia seems relatively unfazed by this. She's just sort of trucking along and making her way towards this building that seems to be getting closer and farther at the same time. And you're making progress, and then you see some melted coins that look familiar on the path, and then you kind of think maybe you haven't seen them before. And she seems completely unfazed, and your little dragon friend seems pretty unfazed. He occasionally will jump and land on the coins, and they'll clink, and it sort of startles him, and he'll sort of back off. But for the most part, he seems to be doing pretty good, trucking along, not a care in the world.
Awesome. Well, I trust them. We'll just keep on going.
Right. You continue making your way towards this temple, and you travel for what feels like about another hour, and you are suddenly standing at these huge iron doors, and in each handle is made of this intricate gold that you can even make out the edges of some gold coins that seem to have been warped into the shape of these beautifully polished handles on these massive doors that almost resemble castle gates to you as you sort of taking them in. They're twice your height easily, and you sort of look up at this giant dark temple.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. And as you glance over at Octavia, she seems to be almost in awe at the size of this completely pitch dark building and the intricacy of it all. It has that same teardrops of gold effect that are sort of running through these huge cracks in these stone that appear to have been carved that way by whoever made this. And you look up and you can see on sort of a steeple at the top that same symbol, this blackness surrounded by this deep purple and outlined in this sort of gold color.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm. And Octavia sort of turns to you, and she looks a little lost as to like you've been traveling all this time and now you're here. And like that's really setting in now.
Okay. Everything all right?
Yeah, it's so beautiful, and she seems to be really mystified by this temple.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I understand why.
Wow, she says, and she's sort of looking up at it, awestruck, and even your little dragon has settled down and is kind of eyeing the handles from these warped. They don't even look melted; they look crushed gold pieces into these golden handles.
Should we go inside?
Yeah, we should. And that sort of seems to snap her out of it, and she goes, "Yes, we should go inside." and she reaches out and clasps the handle on one of the doors, and that is where I will leave you.
Okay. Is that like, are we
Mhm.
pausing or are we ending?
That's where we're ending. You are now level 5.
No, really?
Yep.
Oh snap. Okay. I was expecting more.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I
shit.
want to stay on for a bit to level you up, actually, because 5 is a bit of a bigger level.
Okay, yeah,
If
that is
is
a-okay with me.
But you can have a minute to process everything if you want to while I get my links pulled up.
Yeah, okay. So let's reflect. We've got a new Warhammer, got a little dragon friend that I need to name, and we had some interesting travels on the way back, and then into the into our, I don't want to say our reality plane because I don't know exactly how it works, but into the plane we are currently traveling in.
Yeah.
We've had some weird travels that way too, and now here we are. Okay, so this is
Alright,
kind
you
of
are
like,
at the temple.
yeah, I was about to say, for context for y'all, this is where we've been headed since the first session, essentially. Or at least from my perspective. I guess, like, from Octavia's perspective, we've had other journeys going on, but from my perspective, this is kind of where we've been leading up to thus far, so it's crazy. Holy shit, we finally made it.
I actually would like you to go ahead and roll a history check here.
Ooh, that's a great idea. Also, do I get to pause and read my journal before?
Yep, that's what you're doing.
Oh, perfect.
Yep,
We're
you're
on this.
rolling history to go ahead and read your journal, and you can roll with advantage.
Okay, let's.
Had a good session, you connected with your god, you're really sort of fueled by this energy.
Please. I rolled a 5.
With
But you said it's with
advantage?
advantage at least?
Yeah, roll twice and take the higher number.
Oh, right. I forgot that's what that means. 12.
12?
Hey.
Okay. That's Octavia's character sheet. +3. You both have +3 to history, actually.
Oh, nice.
+3 is 15. So as you're looking over your journal, we'll say this happened at some point. I mean, it's obviously not happening at this exact moment, but at some point during the session, you looked over your journal and you begin to read this next page. So this page, for context, when you're holding the book, there's the page on the left, there's the page on the right, and then you would need to turn to read the next page. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is the page on the right side of the book. So you've already read the page on the left, you're reading the page on the right now.
Okay.
And as you're sort of looking over this, and you can see the bit that you were reading about the boat the previous night that you really couldn't make out. And this time you can tell that you are talking about this is actually written a bit more plainly than the rest of the journal was, as if this bit isn't particularly as secretive as the rest. And it says that you started traveling with 2 other people, one of whom owned a boat, and that you sort of set out and you're sailing on this boat with the 2 of them. And most of this page is sort of talking about these 2 people that you were traveling alongside, and meeting them and agreeing to sort of travel alongside them. And you seem very optimistic about these travels with these people.
Interesting. So when you say 2 people, does that mean, or like, are we to assume that means Octavia and someone else, right?
Yes,
Not Octavia and 2 other people.
Yeah, so if it was, if one of the people is Octavia, there was an additional one that is not you, that you were also traveling with.
Okay, and then to clarify, or do I know, is the person that owns the boat Octavia, or is the person that owns the boat the other person? Or do
what did
we
you
know?
roll for your history? 15?
15 total.
15 total? Okay, yeah. As you're looking at this page, you are sort of reading like this description of like very vague description of these people, and you can tell that one of them is Octavia, and then it is not the one that owns the boat.
Interesting. Okay.
And you sort of look this page over and you're pondering about the boat and these people, and that you officially have recognition in this journal that you were traveling with Octavia before you lost your memory. And you sort of finish up the page and turn it over to the next page, and you see that the page on the left of this next set is blank, and that the page on the right has words scribbled in common in someone else's handwriting that seem to have been written very quickly and almost frantically that say, "Ask about the god."
Huh.
And you find
Okay.
this in your own journal, in not your handwriting.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mhm.
Hmm. Am I allowed to know, is there anything after that yet? Or is that as far as I can
As you
go?
turn to the next page, you find it blank, and as you leaf through the journal, you realize you've gotten through all of it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mhm.
Huh. Fascinating.
Mhm.
Ask about the god. The question is which one and to who? Do I ask Octavia? Or was that Octavia? Guess. Can we recognize. Oh, if this makes sense. Can we recognize if it's Octavia's handwriting or not? Do we know?
You have not seen her handwriting before.
Okay. And I don't know yet. Oh, hello. That is a good question. I'm so sorry. Jade wants to know what's the color of the dragon.
Oh, the dragon is this sort of deep, almost obsidian-like purple.
Oh, I love that. Yes.
Mhm.
That's
And
amazing.
on the sort of in the sort of place with the swirling color and all of that, he sort of was always shifting color, but it seems that like now he's on this plane that he has sort of solidified into this one color.
Oh, amazing. Ender Dragon, is that you? Yeah, that is so cool. Oh, I'm excited.
Yes. So, at level 5, you now have 5 first level spell slots, 3 second level spell slots, and 2 third level spell slots. You have third level spells now.
Ooh,
You
awesome.
don't get anything else from your subclass yet,
Okay.
but you do get cantrip versatility. So, from now on, when you reach a level that grants an ability score improvement, you can swap one cantrip out for a different cantrip. So that's 4 and 8 are like the 2 closest ones. So if you wanted to swap a cantrip for a different one, you totally could right now. Not like necessarily right this second, but like, you know, in
Yeah.
the future, you can swap a cantrip out for a different one if you would like.
To be honest, I don't even know what I have.
You have Guidance, Sacred Flame, and Toll the Dead.
Okay. Oh,
Yep.
okay. That
Mhm.
that does sound familiar. All
And
right.
then I'm gonna put these on your character sheet, but the spells that you get from your subclass, which is War Cleric, you get spells from that subclass that you always have prepared. They don't count against your prepared spells. You just always have these are Divine Favor and Shield of Faith at the first level, Magic Weapon and Spiritual Weapon at the second, and Crusader's Mantle and Spiritual Guardians at the third level.
Interesting.
So yeah, you
Okay.
don't have to remember those. They'll be on your character sheet, but just for folks in chat and for you to get a little more familiar with them. So
Yes,
since
thank
you're
you.
at the 5th level, you get with your channel divinity, you have a feature called Turn Undead. So you can basically as an action you present your holy symbol, which at this point would be your warhammer, and you can channel divine energy directly from your deity, and you can let me double check it. Yeah, each undead that's near you will need to make a saving throw. If it fails, it is turned, like literally turned away from you, and it has to like just run for its whole turn,
Huh.
as far as it can. And then if it is above, have I told you about challenge ratings? Have I explained those to you?
I don't know. If
Okay,
you have, I
so a
don't remember.
challenge rating of a creature is, if its creature is a challenge rating of 1, that means that a full party of level 1 adventurers would be able to take that fairly easily.
Oh,
Pretty
yeah.
typical encounter for them. So if an undead creature has a challenge rating of 1 or less, and you do turn undead, then it will be destroyed instead of turned.
Hmm.
As of the 5th level.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and let me look at what some of your spells are so I can point out notable ones. So notable ones
Yes.
include Revivify,
Oh, yeah.
which allows you to bring someone back from the dead for 1 minute after their death, by sort of like snaring their soul before it leaves their body and leaves this plane, and like bringing it back into their body, basically. You get Beacon of Hope is fun. That one makes it so that all of your healing spells automatically do the full amount of healing. So like Cure Wounds is 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier. It's just 8 plus your spellcasting modifier. You don't roll anything if that's active.
And which is this? I'm so sorry.
This is Beacon of Hope.
Oh, okay. And did you say I get Revivify now?
You have Revivify now.
Amazing. Also,
Yes.
before I miss it, they're asking about names. We have some name suggestions for our little friend.
Ooh, what are the suggestions?
So we have Burpee or Nightmare. I don't know if Slugterra is a suggestion.
That's
And
excellent.
that could also be a suggestion.
Okay.
Okay.
If you want, you can sort of collect the suggestions somewhere and then think about it until and, like, announce the session if you wanted. Time to sort of process everything. I know this was sort of a shorter session than normal, and yet a lot of big reveals.
Yes, indeed. It has been a lot. This has been a lot all at once that we've been building up to.
That's why I cut it a little shorter than what we
Ooh, Ender.
Ender's kind of good.
Okay, yes, we will. I'll have to take notes of these. Slugterra is the show.
Water Walk, which you only need when you really need it. It basically lets you walk on water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Very nice.
Life Transference is one of the most useless spells ever, and yet also one of my favorites. You sacrifice some of your health to mend another creature's injuries. You take 4d8 necrotic damage, which can't be reduced in any way, and one creature of your choice regains twice that damage worth of hit points.
Huh.
Which is
interesting.
Sick. It's very thematic and like very cool, but also like that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of damage that I don't feel like I have yet.
Well, let me do your max hit points again. So you are at 43 now.
Okay, so not quite the 48.
No, it's 4 d8s.
Oh! I thought you said it's just automatically 48. Hey! You did the do not redeem. Amazing. I love it. Oh my goodness, I low-key forgot that was the thing I had. Thank you for redeeming. Could you hear that from your end? Oh, okay. That was silly. It did, we got rickrolled.
Oh, I love it. So yeah, so this averages out to about half of your health. So each dice has an average. So the average of 1d8 is 5. So the average of 48 would be 20.
Oh, okay, that makes so much more sense.
If you roll it like 100 times, it's gonna be about 5. You know.
Yeah. Okay, that makes so much more sense. I thought it was just a flat 48 points. I don't think I can do that.
No, not a flat 48. No, it's 4 d8s that get rolled, but it's very fun. Yes, I did take a sippy break.
Thank you. Yes, I did as well. Thank you for the hydrate so we don't dehydrate. And yes, let the intrusive thoughts win. Yes,
and then
thank
I know you haven't really looked at your second level spells too much either. So notable ones there are Spiritual Weapon, which is a bonus action. I freaking love that spell. First of all, it's very silly because you get to make the weapon anything you want. Mine is currently a guillotine in my campaign.
Sorry, we also did Cat Week. Yes.
Cat Week.
I love it. I am so here for it. Yes. Okay, I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. I'm watching the little cats on the stream right now.
Oh, yes. Okay, you can see it too. Good.
So this creates a floating spectral weapon as a bonus action, and on a hit, the target takes 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, so plus 5 damage, force damage, which is awesome because nothing is resistant to force damage. Like force damage is the one thing that everything basically takes, and you can. So with that, if you cast that, you could hit with your warhammer on your action and then hit with your spiritual weapon on your bonus action.
Okay.
Which is very nice because
Yeah.
clerics don't get, most classes at this level get 2 attacks. So if they take the attack action, they could take 2 attacks, but you don't get that as a cleric. So this kind of replaces that, and it lasts for a whole minute, which is 10 rounds of combat. So it's a good way for you to get an extra attack in.
Oh, wait.
And that one's a 2nd level spell as well. So you
Okay.
have 3 2nd level spell slots right now. So you've got, room to play with that.
Wait, so, okay, just so I understand. So I would, like, cast that spell, and then would it be, like, after that for 10 rounds I'll be able to do, or wait, it starts that round? I'll be able to cast...
that round, yeah. So that counting that round, 10 total rounds of combat is how long that's going to be up and swinging for you. Which is usually the entire combat.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. That's really cool. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let me see if there's anything else that's like really important for me to tell you about. Zone of Truth is cool.
I feel like I need to make a D&D thread for or channel for my Discord.
Yes, you should.
And you should submit many names for the dragon. I'm so here for it.
Do it.
I like options.
Zone of Truth creates like a sphere, and it's a sucker save, which means that like if they make the save, they have to make a charisma save, and if they fail the save, then they can only tell the truth in that zone. But if you succeed on the save, you can still lie and stuff. But you know whether they passed or failed, and they know whether they passed or failed. So like everyone in that zone is aware that you've cast Zone of Truth, and everybody in that zone knows whether or not, including you, knows whether or not people failed it. Like, you know whether or not they failed it. They also know whether or not they failed it,
And everybody knows?
So like if you and Octavia and your dragon are all in Zone of Truth, and Octavia fails the save, your dragon doesn't know that she failed it, but you know, and she knows.
Okay.
In Zone of Truth with a failed save, so they can't speak a deliberate lie, but they can, they're aware of the spell and can avoid answering questions to which it would normally respond for a while. They can be like evasive, but they have to remain within the boundaries of truth.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That one's pretty cool.
Thank you. By the way, thank you for paying your taxes.
Bards are an interesting class, but I wouldn't call them the best class.
I don't know enough, but I do like bards.
You can tell that I'm partial to clerics here. I don't know if there is one like best class. They're all useful for different things and for different reasons and things, but
that makes sense.
Rogues and bards, you're suggesting like my 2 least favorite classes. There's nothing wrong with them. I just find them difficult to make effective. To the point where it's like worth it to be one.
Interesting.
I'm gonna get flamed in chat. Oh my gosh.
Oh no! Don't flame Day. Clerics, warlocks, bards.
Clerics are good. Warlocks are great. I love warlocks. Sorcerers are good. Artificers, I actually don't allow artificers at my table because I hate them so much.
I know vaguely of these, but I don't know the specifics.
Very strongly about them.
I have no clue what they are. You just got into D&D like a month ago? I mean, basically same, right?
Yeah, a little over a month. You're very new to D&D.
Yeah, so I feel that. You've been playing for 6 years? Wow. That's a long time.
That is much longer than me.
Yeah.
Okay.
They won't let me claim any more rewards?
From the channel points?
Is it... I wonder if it's a timed one or if it's one that has like a limit per stream.
I sent you, so I did not, when I was describing the plane that you were on earlier, I did not have a picture that I was describing from, but I just looked now to give you one for like thumbnail purposes and showing chat purposes, and that's kind of similar to when you were in there and there was just like life all around you and just this explosions of color. That's kind of similar to what it looked like.
Ooh, okay, I love that. Hold on, let's...
Thought I'd give you some material. There's so many images today. We love images.
Yes, I'm so here for it. Yes, thank you. Oh, if you're trying to do hydrate, it might have a timer on it.
Mhm.
I don't know. I set it up so it wouldn't just be spammed.
But yeah, so they can't drown you.
Yeah, so I don't drown. Let me do this real quick and then I will hydrate. And then I'm gonna have to probably in here soon after.
That sounds good. I was just gonna
But I want
quickly
to.
walk you through the changes on your character sheet, and then I'll
Yes, please.
remake the online one. Not remake it, but I'll fix it and then send it to you again so you can have that one.
Yes, thank you. That would be very helpful. Also, hydrate or dehydrate.
Hmm. There we go. There's the mystery unspecified. I've almost said it so many times. Plain.
I love it. That is gorgeous, though.
Be careful. It's very pretty. Yes.
Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Okay, so with your ability score improvements, your wisdom and strength modifiers both went up by 1. So your strength modifier was a +2, your wisdom was a +4, and that is now a +3 and a +5.
Nice.
So, with that, all of your wisdom-based checks have gone up. So animal handling, insight, perception, things like that that are wisdom-based have gone up. Your passive perception went up by 1 to 17. Your max HP is now 43. With your strength increasing, your warhammer is now a +5 to hit, and it's a +3 to damage. And then the same with your shield bash is now a +3 to your damage instead of a +2.
Nice.
And then you now have 5 first level spell slots, 3 second level, and 2 third level. Your spell save DC it went from 14 to 15, and your spell attack bonus went from +6 to +7.
Cool.
So there you go.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Oh, I feel that. Yes. It feels like, well, I would say nap time, but I guess probably bedtime.
Probably bedtime, yes.
Aw.
Alright. Yay.
Thank you so much. Also, going back to a little bit ago, we do love super long hyperfixations. I feel
Oh
that.
my gosh, we do.
Yes. Ooh, perfect. I
Yeah, well,
love
thank
it.
you guys so much for being here.
Yes, thank you indeed. I'm gonna try to get this up on YouTube very soon. Maybe in a couple hours, maybe 2 in the morning, like last time. I don't know, something like that. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you for sticking it out for the stream. Wow, it's been 2 hours. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, bye-bye, you silliers. Y'all are also silliers. Oh, thank you so much. All right, let me do this real quick. Go to our ending screen. All right, thank you all so much for being here. Of course, thank you also to our VOD viewers as well. Whether you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch, we of course appreciate you being here. And
Yes.
yeah, we will be here probably what, 6:30 next week? Does that still work?
Thereabouts. Yep.
Somewhere around there. Yes, drop your pride flags. Drop your pride flags in the comments if you're watching this on YouTube as well. Awesome. All right. Time to get some sleep here. And don't forget to drink water. Eat something if you haven't already. Take your meds if you need to. Don't be like me. Actually, no, I've been taking my meds. I've been doing pretty good. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing day, evening, morning, whatever time it is. Stay awesome, y'all. Have a good one. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.